How many?
And we're back. Young V. White chocolate.
Holy shit. What the fuck were we on about before this?
Yeah.
Some Hollywood bullshit, right? Some shit like that.
Don't matter. We're talking about video
goofy
game
shit like
consoles.
It's this thing with video games, man. These companies are changing up, man. Video games are fucking changing, bro. It's going to become easier to make games with really great graphics. And so, like, small teams of people are going to be able to just get together if they know how to program and make it easier. You're seeing that with all these indie games, like, little by little. It's
They
just
suck
getting
ass.
Now, some of them are good.
A lot of them suck ass.
That's true. I would agree with that.
I'm not an indie game guy.
Well, which indie game specifically? Because
Tell me one. How about you tell me one?
You look at most indie games and they kind of look like pretty bad, right? Have you ever played The Outer Wilds?
Sounds familiar. No, I don't think so.
Fam.
Outer Wilds?
Bro, that game is amazing. First of all, I've never in my life thought that I was going to play a game that lasts 22 minutes for that long. Right? Because if you don't beat the game in 22 minutes, it's over. It is the most creative shit ever. Like, I would have given that game of the year 100%. 100%.
No, haven't played it.
And the way you die is so
Where'd you play it?
Just on the Xbox, you can just get it.
Oh, you can play it on Xbox?
Just Game Pass. Just
Whenever I get the new Xbox, I'm definitely gonna try that. Outer Wilds.
You don't have your Xbox still?
I sold it. I did.
You gotta get that bread, bro.
Nah, not even. I'm gonna get a new one anyway. So I was like, why should I have this one?
Nah, yeah, I would agree with that.
What's the point?
That makes sense. Yeah.
Like, you know, and I have all the games I still have.
You still have all the games in your account and shit, or
and the ones on CD too.
Yeah.
So I could probably still play on the new Xbox. So I'm not even worried.
Outer Wilds is insane, man. The game is a trip, 100%.
I'm gonna check it out. Have you ever? I mean, I've been playing Zelda Breath of the Wild, but other than that, have you played Dead Rising before?
Is that like the zombie shit?
Yeah, Dead Rising.
Nah, man. What I played was what was this from Naughty Dog? This game, The Last of Us.
Last of Us?
Did you ever play The Last of Us?
Nah, but I've heard about it, seen it millions of times. People talk about it all the time.
I'm telling you, bro, that shit, bro.
I know. I've heard really good things about it. I don't have PlayStation, so that's why I haven't.
My God, is it amazing, bro?
Yeah?
Oh, my God.
Really good story and shit.
100%, bro. 100%.
Yeah, I've heard about it.
Like, everything in it is just like, yo, I need to keep going. I just need to.
Yeah.
2 reasons. 1, fuck you. I'm going to beat this guy, right?
Yeah.
Second of all, it's like, yo, I need to know what happens after this because I'm hooked, right?
Right. It's a movie.
It's like, fuck, bro, it's like award-winning movie meets amazing gameplay, right?
Yeah. That's dope as fuck.
So that's amazing in and of itself.
I'm thinking of any other good games I've played. I mean, Smash, Zelda. Have you played Fallout? You played Fallout?
Fuck yeah, I played Fallout. You talking about Fallout 4?
I've played all of them.
I played Fallout 4. That's the only one I played. And that shit was amazing. I've never spent that much time like just randomly no-lifing a game.
Yeah, it's really good.
Right? It's too easy to get sucked into.
Yeah.
Because it's a whole nother world and you're like...
It's really good. Like, fucking the choices you can make.
I felt like a dick.
The dialogue.
I feel like no matter what you do, you're going to feel like a piece of shit.
You always like get to pick like how you want to talk back to a person. I fuck with that. The little attributes you could get, like more luck, more speech, more I think it was charisma.
There's a certain creepy thing about Fallout in that when I say that if you meet somebody that's a main character and you get along, they let you fuck anyone. And I mean anyone.
Yeah,
and I'm talking about there are some disgusting looking motherfuckers in that game.
Yeah, I remember.
And so some of y'all are based as fuck. Right? Because I know at least some of you decided to fuck those half robot fucking skin melting off looking motherfuckers.
Yeah, I remember. I remember, like, it's about... You beat the game, right?
Yeah.
It's about, like, how you get to meet your dad at the end.
The Institute, fam.
Yo.
Oh, my God.
That shit's a mind-blowing shit at the end. You get to meet him, and he's the fucking dude who made the Institute.
I mean...
What'd you do at the end? You killed him?
I was gonna say spoiler alert, but like, yo, if you haven't played it yet,
Come
like,
on, bro. It's been fucking years. Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Like, get over
this
it. This
shit is like $10. People have played it. Like,
but the truth is, like, all right, let me put it like this. What decision did I make? I felt like a piece of shit for this reason. Because I decided to kill my son, right?
Yeah.
But then at the same time, I'm like, I wouldn't have done that in real life. Like, if that was my son, there's no way. Like, if it's like him against the world, like, I just wouldn't do it. And I know some people would be like, that's fucked.
Is he gets to meet his son or his dad?
You're the dad.
Right. Yeah, because
he's like, join me.
In the beginning, you and your wife go to the fucking, what is it called? The vault.
Yeah.
They go to the vault and then they get frozen or like they get in this little thing.
They
and
take away
time fucking flies. How many years was it?
A lot.
And then in the clip, your son gets taken and like midway. And then eventually whatever time passes up and then you fucking kill everybody in the fucking vault and you get out of there and then it's like a bunch of years later, you're confused. Yeah, shit's a mind trip, dude.
Bro, that game is a... Yeah,
and at the end, it's your fucking... And, like, you're pretty much fighting with fractions or against fractions.
You got to make some serious decisions, fam.
Yeah, and there's these robot people or robots / half people, maybe half robots. I forgot what it was exactly.
That's part of the issue. You don't really know what you're killing. Or, like, how conscious it is of what you're doing.
Right, and then eventually you get to find out the head of the fucking robots is your son, and it's a tough decision.
On the other side, on the plus side, like, yo, your son has a kick-ass crib, like, if you really think about it.
Yeah, they're living like underground or some shit. Man, I forgot.
It's a nice looking place though.
But yeah, Fallout 4 is a good game.
Very futuristic, smart city type shit.
Yeah.
Very.
You get to have a dog in that game. That's just dope.
I fuck with my dog.
He looks like my dog.
Yeah.
But the new Fallout, fucking Dookie.
The 76?
Gaga.
I haven't played it just because I saw it was online. I was like, I don't want to deal with you fuckers. This is a RPG. I just don't like being, like, having to deal with motherfuckers online. Like, fuck you.
Not even. It's horrible. It's nothing like Fallout 4.
I would imagine.
They're like, Bethesda, like, fucked up so bad. They were, first of all, I have microtransactions.
Yeah.
So people didn't like that shit already.
But that's what Bethesda's been about now. Because they just want the bread.
No, they haven't. They just...
Bro, look at the Elder Scrolls.
Okay, I've never played Elder Scrolls.
Massive ass RPG, right?
I fuck with Skyrim.
That is, Skyrim, yeah. Skyrim is the 5th one, right?
That's fire.
That one I started playing recently, right?
Yo, fire. It's like Fallout. It's same company.
It's same company. It's amazing so far.
It's like in back in the days though, right? Like more...
Yeah, Fallout is like the dystopian
modern,
future.
Yeah, it's more modern and shit.
This is just... Skyrim is just brutal past dragons and shit.
Yeah, it's dope as fuck.
You know, I still haven't even
but
gotten close to beat it.
76 is trash because you know how in Fallout
when did you play it?
I've never played Fallout 76, but I've seen gameplay, I've heard about it.
Because what happened was I know
how it plays.
Because a lot of people in the beginning, like the beginning when it launched, it was booty as fuck.
Yeah.
Right. But apparently a bunch of shit has changed. But I don't know how much of a game, if it sucks that much, you can change.
First of all, there's no NPCs. They just added NPCs because people hated it so much.
Oh, yeah. I can imagine a bunch of people ganging up on you and just murking you all the time. Right?
No, you know what NPCs are, right?
Yeah, non-playable characters.
Yeah, like you know how in Fallout you talk to people all fucking the whole time?
That's what I'm talking about, yeah.
There's none of that here.
So what the fuck are you supposed to... What do you do? It's just talk to other people? That's it?
That's what I'm trying to explain to you. Now listen, there's no NPCs. I'm pretty sure like in like a month ago or some shit, they just released a DLC where they have now NPCs. Which is like...
Man.
You guys are fucking morons. But whatever. There's no VATS.
So how's there a storyline then?
Let me get to it. There's no VATS. You know what VATS is? You remember?
Yeah.
You know how you get to aim at somebody's body and you click where you want to hit his leg and shit? There's none of that because it's online.
Man, that shit saved my life a couple times.
Bro, that's the best part of the game. Like, it's super dope how you could just and then you get to see it in slow-mo and then just that's just fire.
I always go... I felt sort of dissatisfied with the VATS sometimes because like clearly
I
would get a nut shot, and
Yeah.
I feel like the game did not acknowledge that it was a proper nut shot. Like it went there, but did it really go there? You feel me? Like
I used it for like really hard battles and shit.
Me too.
It really helped a
too.
lot. But like since it's online, you're not gonna stop time and do that to somebody else because in online it's against different people.
yeah.
So that's why there's no NPCs.
How could you have VATs in a situation? Well, you could.
No, you can't. It's impossible.
No, you could. They do it for RPGs, like taking turns, but then you wouldn't be able to like switch between live and taking turns. It'd be impossible to do it.
No, you wouldn't be able to do things in real time because somebody else is online. It's not on single player.
Yeah.
Obviously, you could do it because it's not dealing with nothing. It's a game. That's how it's designed.
Right, yeah,
to
because
do
it's not live.
Online is different. It's like, yeah, that's what you understand what I'm trying to say. But that's why it's fucking horrible. There's no VATs. What else was it? You just do pointless shit. Literally, that's what you were asking me. Like, yo, what the fuck's the story then? Like, bro, you just do these little missions and like you kill like, I guess like these like weird. You know how in Fortnite and Fallout, there's these like weird creatures and certain type of
The
things.
ogre-looking motherfuckers.
There's all type of shit.
Yeah.
That would be what you do pretty much, I guess. That's your only missions. Like you don't do anything cool like how you do in
So you like kill other characters too, though?
You could do that too, but it's just very buggy. It's very
That's expected.
it's very it's just not good, dude. Like all you could do is just shoot regular. Like it's like and Fallout is not really a shooter like that. You know what I mean?
No, it's a different. It's just
It's a different vibe,
It's
bro.
a first-person game, bro. It's
You
a
could do it
first-person
however you
RPG.
want, like but
Yeah, there's too much shit to just say. This is not Call of Duty like at all, right?
yeah, that's the kind of vibe it's kind of trying to bring, but it's weird as fuck. It's not good at all.
No, I don't like that shit.
And like
At all.
everybody's like the same. Everybody I think has like the same health or is based on the same level. I don't know. It's weird. It's really weird and confusing, but that's just whack. Like it's like $5 right now, $10. That's how you know when a game is
I
like
bet.
nobody's like.
Yeah. Man, I just bought Crash Bandicoot 4 the other day, man. It was fucking amazing.
Crash Bandicoot 4.
Life changing, bro. Bro, when you say a game is hard, like there's hard and then there's Crash Bandicoot hard, right?
Do you really think it's that hard?
You need to try it.
I think I could beat it.
I'm not sure.
You think Zelda's a harder game? Breath of the Wild?
I haven't played Zelda.
Have you played any Zelda game?
Nah. I played like Twilight, whatever the fuck that was, the one that came out for the Wii.
Zelda just usually have like puzzles.
Yeah, that's not an issue for.
That's their shit. Like their shit is puzzles always.
Yeah, that's
like,
not an issue for me.
I fuck with Zelda. It's like you gotta use your brain sometimes. Some
Yeah.
of them be really easy.
I
Sometimes
love puzzle games, man.
some of them be difficult. And then you just fight. You know, you do combat. You do like certain little missions. It's cool as fuck. Zelda's a vibe.
I fuck with that.
Yeah.
I mean, I see. Yeah, Crash Bandicoot is all about like perfect timing, skill, memorization, like just getting.
I seen
shit
Yo's
right.
playing it and shit. It's pretty dope.
Yeah,
And I used to play Crash when I was younger.
yeah. The issue with Crash is like they try to start you off like, oh, this is what you're doing now, and then it's like,
Tricky as fuck.
okay, now it's that on steroids.
Yeah.
Immediately,
Yeah,
like
that's dope.
learn, like.
Yeah, those games be dope. I fuck with that.
And yeah, and then there's all sorts of like secrets, and then it's just it's a more complex way to think about a platforming game, right? Like Mario has its shit. I gotta be honest, bro. Like the difficulty of Mario is not the same.
Mario's easy as fuck.
Yeah,
Mario games are easy.
Like I remember, I beat both of the Mario Galaxy games.
That shit's fucking pancakes. That's just super cake.
Yeah,
That's just made for kids.
I got 100% on that shit.
That's just baby cheeks.
No, tampoco así, chill.
It's baby cheeks, bro.
You beat both of them?
No, but I've played so many Mario games and I'm not really.
Nah, chill.
I don't think it's a hard game.
I think you're underestimating Mario Galaxy though.
I've played Mario Galaxy. I used to have one on the
But
Wii.
did you beat it though? Like both of them, 100%. You feel me? Because that's how you know you're a fucking vet.
What? You're a completionist?
Off rip.
What do you mean? You did every single thing you had to do in the game?
Yes. That's 100% what I mean. Yeah.
You're not talking about just beat the story.
That's not really beating the game, fam. That's
Okay. Nah,
that's
I respect it. I respect it.
That's just a field trip. You feel
That's
me?
what I try to do in games. You feel me? I try to do that. But nah, I didn't pay that much attention to Galaxy. But I played it. It was cool.
I fucking loved it. Bro, I was expecting that game for a long ass time before it came out.
Have you ever played Paper Mario?
Of course I played Paper Mario.
Bruh, that's my shit.
That's a creative bitch because you can hide out anything anywhere. That's the fucked up. It's like 2D, 3D.
Which ones did you play though?
I played the ones on the Wii. The Wii. Those were the ones I played. I didn't grow up with. When I grew up with it, I saw people playing it on the 64 and shit.
Sleep.
You think so? It was that good?
The ones on the Wii, I do not like.
Oh, you sleep as fuck.
Bruh, let me tell you right now, you're missing out. First of all, first Paper Mario was on Nintendo 64. I used to play when I was a kid, and I got it on the Wii and shit. Bruh, classic.
64 was a fucking game changer. 100%.
Second, the first game was like a 9 out of 10.
Now Sunshine, that was, I don't know what the fuck that was. All right.
What?
Yeah, that's, oh no, you really?
That's my favorite Mario game.
You're fucking joking right now.
I swear to God, that's my favorite Mario game.
Bro, I can't even look you in the eye right now. Like after saying,
not
like,
even capping.
I'm like in pain.
I used to have it for GameCube. That was my shit, bro. That was the most coolest, like, different Mario game ever.
It just did not live up to expectations, though.
I think you're asleep, bro. I think it was good. It might have been. There was certain, like, what are you saying is better, Galaxy?
There's just no comparison between Galaxy and
I think Sunshine is better than Galaxy. Being honest.
I think we got to stop the podcast
I'm
at
being
this
honest.
point because that's
my hot take, bro. I think Sunshine.
Bro, I'm about to go like in a corner and cry or some shit. Like that was just painful to hear.
I'll go for Sunshine. I definitely played Sunshine more. I thought it was cooler.
Yeah, definitely played it more.
Thought it was. I mean, I played Galaxy too, and I probably beat it.
Listen, I think for me, a lot of the fun that I had when I was back in the 64 days. Yeah. Was when I was playing Smash for the 64. I
mean, that's a no-brainer.
With friends, bro.
Smash is the greatest game ever.
That was just, bro, and it was so creative, bro, because everything just felt so big.
No, right? The new Smash right now is fucking.
Yeah, but when you're a kid, I mean, now if you grew up now with like playing that shit, you know, when you were like 4 years old nowadays compared to back then, obviously you're gonna prefer it. Yeah. Now, but like the memories you have back then, you can't. Of course,
that you can't take away.
You know what I'm saying? When you're like a 5-year-old or some shit, and you're watching like this big ass hand, and people are slamming each other out of existence, like they're just the only way to win is to throw somebody into another dimension, basically, right?
Every time a Smash game came out, like I could remember what part in my life I was at, like literally just based off those memories. I remember like. The Smash before this one.
The one for the Wii, I fucking
Wii U,
loved it.
For the Wii U.
That
Smash 4.
Bro, I missed out. I didn't get that one.
That one, Gion got it. Damn. And I remember we were like chilling a lot with some girls and shit or whatever, and we would just always play Smash. And
you gotta play Smash, man. You gotta.
No pun intended, but yeah, like it would. That's a memory I always remember because we were playing that for hours though, like no cap, like for days too, consecutively. Like as soon as it came out, I remember Gion got it, and we were just playing that for like fucking weeks.
Man,
the one before, I remember my mom got it for me for the Wii Smash Brawl.
That one, man.
I remember my mom got that was high school days when we were chilling.
Bro,
and
that
shit.
was amazing.
My mom got it for me in the Wii and shit, playing that like crazy. The GameCube one, I was in probably in New York.
Goddamn.
But yeah, just good old Smash, dog. Greatest game ever, in my opinion. The one right now, probably top 5 best games ever.
If somebody asked me like greatest game ever, man, that'd be a hard one for me.
Smash is there.
Like,
I don't care what any fighting game, greatest fighting game ever.
I don't think there's competition in terms of fighting game between Smash and another game.
No, that hell no, bro.
I just don't. Like, how the fuck are you gonna compare like Mortal Kombat to Smash?
Like, not even, bro.
Like,
they have characters that are like you can't even compare it now.
It's just, man. First of all, the world you're in. First of all, Smash is almost like fucking telling you a story without even telling you a fucking story, right? So that's one of the first things. You don't get that shit in a fighting game. When they give you a story in a fighting game, that shit's booty.
I mean, the
It's
one
terrible.
on the Ultimate is pretty. There is no story. It's horrible.
It doesn't have to be. That's the issue. They don't need a fucking story.
Nah, but in Brawl, I don't know if you really played.
I played the whole story.
The Subspace Emissary, whatever that
All
shit's
of it.
called.
All
Yo,
of it,
that
yeah.
was the greatest story they put out. Like in Smash.
First of all, like way to mix
the
up.
cutscenes, yo, them shits were like fucking movie films. Like they had some shit going on with that. I don't know why they didn't bring that to Ultimate, dog. That had me so.
They should have had at least the option, man.
Dude, I don't know if they would have had that on Ultimate, like a brand new Subspace Emissary type shit. Like in Ultimate now, it's called like something with light. That's their. Remember in the other one, it was I forgot. It was like a lot of dark shit and like they would get possessed. Mm-hmm. That was like in Brawl, but in this one is like you're taken by the.
Out?
Yeah, it's in Brawl. I mean, in Ultimate now, it's something with light. Like it's like something light.
Man, so it's not like a superpower that you get to just use right there?
Nah, it's this thing that takes them and then they become like it takes their soul away, in other words. Like
oh man.
it's on some other shit, but there's no real story. Like in the other ones there was cutscenes and why this happened and this happened. Like then this one it's like 2 cutscenes in the beginning and that's it. You just play fights against characters. And it's like, oh, okay.
Damn, I don't like that though. There should be like some approach that like motivates you besides online.
Brawl had that shit pinned down 10 out of 10.
That was amazing.
Dude.
That was amazing.
Yeah, I remember. I was camping on story, dude. Like just watch. That shit was hard, man.
I fucking loved it.
But they made the fighting in this one fucking like.
I'm not gonna lie, people hated me a lot because I played with Snake, right?
I fucking love Snake.
That shit pissed people off.
I
man.
taunt and just like get in the box and just taunt them and troll.
No, I wouldn't. I would just fucking like avoid everything and just hit him with that fucking smash, bro. Like if you're playing with Snake, you're doing a lot of damage.
He has the RPG. He just pulls it out.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
your A to the side.
Yeah, but
Your
even
smash
just like
attack.
a regular hit with him will do way more damage than like with Kirby or some shit.
For sure.
Right? And then when you're about to fall, you get that big ass of the helicopter shit to save your life. I mean, that's just
The drone.
that's a game changer right there, right?
Yeah, it's all right. I would say.
Yeah. So that was my dude, and people hated me for it, man. I'm just saying, bro. Video games, man. That's the way the video games are like. Cause see, that's another thing. If you go back like a couple generations, it was just TV, right? There wasn't like any of this shit where you. could
TV's
just
dead.
chill.
Chill.
Why you gotta be so controversial, Mike? Damn.
TV's dead, bro. Who the fuck watches TV?
You don't watch anything like on TV, like at all.
Word to mom. Word to mother.
Like not even sports.
Word? Nothing, bro. I don't have cable in my room.
You don't have like Netflix or some shit. Like
That's not TV,
how
my
is
man.
that not TV?
How is that TV? That's Netflix.
Fam,
I mean, like basic fucking cable TV. Like,
all right, cable and TV, are they not two different things?
I mean, I was kind of implying.
I mean, I get you. I see what you mean.
I was kind of implying cable and just like, yo, cable TV.
I see what you mean. Yeah,
cable
yeah.
TV. My bad.
I mean, I have it.
I don't have cable in my room. I even like it's optional. Like I just watch Netflix.
Yeah.
The content there is 30 times better.
Yeah. Well,
Why
I mean,
the fuck would you watch TV when you have Netflix?
my issue is like any movie you want to watch, you can just find that shit online. I'm gonna be honest.
That too, but like, bro, there's so many options on Netflix. I'm not like I don't understand how people could just like be so picky about like streaming services. It's like, dude, are you gonna watch every fucking thing in there?
Bro, I'm paralyzed when I look at that Netflix options and shit.
Bruh.
I spend an hour. I will spend more time searching than watching.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Like, it's like, bro, I've only watched like probably a 32th or like a 32ndth of Netflix. You know what I mean? Like,
No, man, that's a lot.
even less.
When you put it like that, like goddamn.
0.000. Like, bro, I've only watched a couple things. There's a lot of shit on Netflix,
Bro,
dude.
there's some amazing shit on Netflix.
If we had to guess, how much films you think is on Netflix? A good what? A good number?
Like the amount of hours?
Just literally amount of films.
Like without TV shows, if we're just counting the films, then
Oh no, I mean every single thing that's on it.
I would probably say around 35,000 or 60,000 between there. I know that's a big ass difference, but
I think you're wilding out. I think that's way too high.
no, I don't.
Because you'll be able to scroll down and watch and pick every single little thing.
The issue is with Netflix, it's like sometimes there's shit that's there and then it leaves. So it's almost impossible to measure that.
I forgot about that too.
So then it's like, are we talking about
they probably both balanced? I would say there's probably like 1,000 films.
Man.
Is that too low?
1,000 films? Yeah, that seems pretty low to me.
I would say 2,000. 33, you said 3,500?
You said like everything, not just like
Yeah,
films.
everything.
I don't know, man. See, that's it's
We don't
really,
even know if Netflix is showing us everything.
I have no idea how it even like, cause see, right now they could be adding and taking shit out at the same time.
Yeah,
you know.
I just meant like an average, like what.
There have been some amazing TV shows on Netflix.
But regardless, my point was, bro, there's so much shit.
Did you ever watch Marco Polo?
No.
Don't, cause you're gonna cry, cause they didn't make the last fucking season, cause it was too fucking expensive. Right?
Oh, bro.
Bro, tragic, like tragic as fuck, like tragedy. Right?
Have you ever seen damn, there's this weird ass movie about the Johnsons.
The Johnsons?
Yeah.
That's not like a goofy ass comedic porno.
Let me make sure.
It's just the Johnsons. I wouldn't know about the Johnsons, man, but I'm telling you right now. And there's another show they messed up because it was amazing for like 4 or 5 seasons. And then the main character apparently is a pedophile, so they had to take him out and finish the last season without him.
Yeah, I think it is called The Johnsons. It's a weird ass movie, guys. If you want to watch, you want me to tell you what it's about?
Yeah, sure.
All right, well, spoilers, but.
No, never mind then. Fuck that.
All right, I won't spoil it.
It's not like the name or some shit. Like,
I mean, I'll give you an idea what it's about.
yeah.
Okay, let's say, damn, I don't want to spoil much. There's this son, right? And his dad, I'm going to tell you the beginning of it. How about that? His son is jacking off, right? And I believe his dad comes in and his son like reacts. And he's like, I think he acts weird about it. And then his dad's like, oh, it's all right. It's all right.
He sits down to talk to him about it.
No, I don't think he talks to him about it, but he's like, oh, it's all right. Don't worry about it. It's normal. Da da da. He just says that. And then I think his dad leaves the room. I'm not sure. I don't really remember that much. And then you see what he's jerking off to, and it's his fucking dad.
I think I did see some shit like that. Damn, that seems like something I would remember. Goddamn.
And then you get to see that he's jerking off to his dad. Like, that's what he was fucking getting off to. And then, do you want me to say anything more?
Yeah, go for it.
Eventually, just to get to it quick, he fucking rapes his dad. He eventually starts raping his dad.
You know some other shit on Netflix.
No, I heard about this because of Twitter, and people were like, yo, this is a weird ass film, da da da. And then I'm like, yo, fuck it, whatever.
That's very Freudian weird type shit.
And then it's he eventually, you start to realize that's what he starts doing. He starts fucking his pops, bro. And I think eventually, he even fucks his dad, and his like mom hears it and she just pays it no mind. It's fucking crazy.
But like his pops is like into it and shit.
His dad's fucking emotionally scarred. He hates it.
Oh, he's just getting raped by his son.
Yeah, he's getting pounded by his fucking son. He's a writer.
That's amazing.
He's a writer, and he's like fucking. I think he writes about it and shit. I forgot what it is, but
man,
I don't want to say much more about it. But watch it, dude. It's fucking.
That sounds like. First of all, if it's put as a drama, I can't help but laugh. It'll just end up being a comedy. You know, sometimes they unintentionally create a comedy, bro.
Yeah,
and
it's
that
fucking
sounds
sick.
and that sounds like it's a fucking comedy. Like
Sick as fuck.
Sounds fucking insane. Oh shit. Yeah, folks, check that one out. There's this TV show. It was so memorable to me because of the way it starts. The way it starts, it's like there's this dude and he works in like finance or some shit, right? And he's trying to do some paperwork for a couple, right? And basically, when he's watching his TV, he's watching what looks like a porno, right? Like a porno movie at work while he's doing these documents for these people and shit.
Okay.
And eventually, you know, he's talking to his brother. His brother's talking to him about something. He's watching that same video, right?
He's watching a porno.
The exact same porno. And then at home, like
his brother? Wait.
What?
You threw me off. Wait, what? Say it again.
His brother's talking to him about real estate or something.
And this man's watching
his
porno.
brother works with him, or I don't know if it was his brother or friend, but at any rate, he ended up figuring out that, listen, man, you got to stop watching porn at work, because he thought he was just watching, like, you're watching porn at work, which he is, right? And so
trying to give him advice.
And then at home,
okay,
his wife is watching the news, and he's on his laptop,
just watching
that same fucking porn video.
It's a certain video.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you see, because this chick is like, yeah, like, fuck me in the ass type shit, right? Like, she wants it from behind, fam.
Okay.
And he's watching that, and he's so serious the whole time. And then you can see her face, and it's his wife. You know what I mean? Like, it's that type of devastation.
Get the fuck out of here.
It just fucks with you, like, that early, when they start fucking with your mind that early that way. Because that's some painful shit. You
Wait, so it's his wife getting fucked?
It's his wife just gladly taking the cock.
By somebody else?
By somebody else. And she's so proud of the cock. She loves it. You can just tell she's having a great time, man.
Is she aware that he's watching it?
Nah, she had no idea.
She had no idea?
No.
So but he was devastated at work watching it?
It's not that he's devastated. He's
just watching it serious?
I feel like he was trying to process it, but I'm like, at the same time, that's your emotions and shit. What happened is clear. Your wife is fucking another dude.
And he can't stop looking at it. He's getting cucked.
I don't know if he's like desensitizing himself or what the fuck he's trying to do, but like,
that's some cuck shit, right?
But it happened. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I would have left the bitch.
I would have left immediately.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
can't stick around for shit like that.
Yeah,
at least for me, I can't.
Nah, I mean,
that's a trust issue, man. That's it. It's over.
I can't judge people, but I'm judging you off that.
I'm not doing that.
I'm judging off that.
I just can't do that.
Especially with girls.
You should expect future fuckery.
That's not my girl anymore, for sure.
You should expect future penises to enter her, right? After that, because if you forgive that one, that's it.
Forget about
That's it.
You fucked.
She knows that one can slide.
You're the baby. Right? You're a baby dick if you do that.
Just don't. I can't recommend that,
guys,
folks.
Do not.
I can't recommend that. I know
if you have a girlfriend and she cheated on you and you are with her,
get the fuck out right now. You know what, when I see a guy like that, you know what it reminds me of? You remember that movie Get Out?
Isn't Simp banned on Twitch? Yeah, it is. Anyway, what?
The movie Get Out, right?
Okay.
There's this one scene.
Get Out's dope.
It's amazing. where there's this guy, and he's inside of he's the black guy. He's the honorary black guy, right?
Yeah.
And he shakes the dude's hand, the main character's hand. He's like, "How are you?" Right? He's like the whitest person in the room, but yeah, he's the only black guy there. And then out of nowhere, he's just like, get the fuck out. Get out. He's like panicking. Yeah. That's what I see when I see a guy like that. I'm like, that's how you feel. But you're just not, you're not letting it out, fam. Let it out. Sign a divorce paper. All right?
I mean, nah, but then again, people are they get deeply attached, bro.
Yeah, they do. But that's the issue is if you can't handle that, then it's difficult to say that you should even be in a relationship, right?
I mean, getting attached to someone is probably not such a good thing all the time.
Well, you're always going to get attached in a relationship, right? Unless you just don't give a fuck, right? And if you just don't give a fuck, what's the marriage about? What's going on here? Because, like, attachment is normal. What's not is, like, the unhealthy, painful fucking feelings that you stick around with for years and don't handle. Because that shit will eat you up. No one can handle that and not be scarred by it. You know? That's something that people got to be able to get past. And if you don't, it's going to fucking drain you. So people need to get the fuck out. You either get the fuck out. I don't know if there's other people that are willing to stick around for that. I would never stick around for some shit like that.
Let her ruin my life.
But if you do, man, you better have a fucking you better have a mind of stone, bro. You better be able to fucking like manipulate yourself psychologically in a way that's amazing. Because I would never trust that woman again. Now, granted, a lot of people cheat, man. You know, a lot of people.
I mean, are you a sociopath if you have no feelings for women?
If you have no feelings, well, you can have feelings for someone and still cheat.
What happens if you're like the perfect cheater and you just cheat all the time on all women?
I mean,
are you considered a sociopath?
On all women? No. Why would that make you a sociopath?
I mean, sociopaths have no empathy.
You mean psychopath?
Sociopath? No.
Well, psychopaths are like...
There's a difference?
There's a difference. Psychopath is like usually like antisocial personality disorder.
That's who.
I mean, sociopath is usually antisocial personality disorder. Psychopath is different, right? Because that's even worse. Because then there's a tendency to like do, you know...
No, but sociopaths also don't have empathy.
Yeah, but it's more than that though, right? But then there's the issue like because if someone's antisocial, they enjoy fucking people over, right?
Right.
They enjoy that shit. That's why it's like antisocial, right? Because it's something that's bad for society as a whole. Like it's harming society as a whole.
Yeah.
And so like if you're someone like that like you just want to like, I love you so much, baby.
That's what I'm saying.
And then
like,
you
that
just
type of guy.
And you just make her like fucking fall madly in love with her.
And then you just cheat on her and just like fuck other bitches. And then you just
send her live a video of you porking some other chick, right?
Yeah.
That is some sick shit.
You don't even gotta do that, but just you're loving her, but on the other hand, you're just cheating and doing whatever you want. Like
I don't think that makes anyone a sociopath.
Nah?
No. It just it makes them selfish.
It makes them selfish?
It makes them selfish, yeah.
Wow.
Because if you are in that commitment and you decide to like fuck it up, assuming that person kept their end.
Who are you to say to live his life a certain way though?
Well, he's breaking a commitment to someone else. Like for me, morally, that's wrong. Like if you
maybe that's right for him though.
Yeah, but it's not fair. It's unjust. Do you see what I'm saying? Because it's unequivalent. If I'm making a commitment to you and you're making that same commitment to me. If I keep my end of the bargain and you don't, you've wronged me, at least under my moral system.
Yeah.
That's what I believe, right?
That's what I'm saying. What happened if this man has no moral system? And with that?
Well, he might have a social system that's like really loose, right?
Maybe he just doesn't give a fuck. Maybe that's why I said maybe he has no empathy.
But he gives a fuck about some things. Like it might be fucked up things. It might be like he cares about like having a lot of money and like people paying a lot of attention to him.
Right. It might. Yeah, he might. I mean, so technically, he could be narcissistic.
Definitely be narcissistic. Yeah.
That could be. I mean, a lot of sociopaths are
narcissistic, man. If you're narcissistic, it's like, I don't give a fuck, dude. Whatever brings me praise, whatever makes me feel like I'm God, you know.
Is that a bad way to think?
Yeah, but you're not really going to change that from a person because that's a personality.
That's stuck to somebody. It's just.
I mean, a person can figure out a way to like get past it, but most people don't have the motivation to do it because they don't feel bad about it. It's not like other shit. It's not like a depression where people are like trying to kill themselves and shit. It's not like, you know, anxiety disorders where people haven't left the house in 2 years and shit, you know? So like that's a different one, man. A narcissist, man, they can live their whole lives and not give a fuck. They can be like, I'm fine, man. I'm chilling. I got all this attention. I got all this money. Everybody pays attention to me. I'm the shit, right? But then there's the other ones because there's some narcissists that are like they suck at they're not successful, and they feel like they should be, and they blame everyone else because they're awesome. Of course, it's not their fault. It's like everyone else is against them.
That's a bad one.
And so those.
If I was gonna be a narcissist, I would have to be fucking rich.
You got to do it, man.
At least rich. Maybe not fucking successful in things I want, but if I'm rich, it's like fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm a rich narcissist at least.
Look,
you can't be a fucking bum and be a narcissist. Let's get that clear.
You suffer a lot if that's the case.
You could. Don't get me wrong, but like, dude, come on. That's not the way to narcissist.
You're gonna fucking. Those are the ones that usually seek help because their life isn't going out the way they want it. Because like, if you're successful, it's easier to like manipulate people into like doing shit for you because you know you have some status. Like some certain people might admire you and you could take advantage of that. Is
manipulating even a bad thing? Let's get that clear right now.
Depends on how you define it. Because usually when people like sort of try to...
Not to interrupt you, but speaking of Fallout, like what happened if your speech level is just at 10?
What do you mean?
Like, you know, in Fallout, if you have like the highest level of speech, like you could just convince people.
Oh yeah, like that. Like, well, I mean, you would have to.
You're just good at talking.
Because regular people think to themselves like, oh, it's different, like persuasion and manipulation. But then there's like, well, how do you decide that difference, right?
You don't.
Because if it's all just manipulation, right? And then you'd have to decide to what degree was that decision just my manipulation? How much of that was just me manipulating the person versus just the person was inclined to do that for other factors as well, right? Because like manipulation is never 100% just you are a mastermind and you got somebody else to do something. It's like, well, who were you talking to in the first place?
A lot of times it is though, depending on.
But it's too complex. Like for any behavior, right? For any decision that a person makes, there's so much shit that goes into it that they don't fucking notice, right?
Yeah.
That even
think about it. Like let's say you're trying to have sex with a girl.
Yeah.
Is that manipulating?
What are this? That's
obviously it's not, because
that's vague though.
If you fuck her, she obviously gave you consent, so she wanted to do it as well. But let's be honest, when you're trying to get some cheeks, you try to convince your way in there a lot of times. Maybe sometimes the approach could be different, but you try to, you know, like get your way in there though. You know what I mean?
But like, what was that really your goal? Because see, here's another thing: intent.
Let's say it was.
Does intent matter? Does intent matter? Like if they ended up fucking and he was just trying to meet a girl, but it ended up happening, right? Versus
sometimes it could just be like
it just happened, right? And
in the sense that
one thing leads to another, you know, fucking romantic comedy. And
but I'm talking about like, yo, like, damn, I want to fuck this bitch. Let's say that, for instance.
Well, that's normal shit. She might have been thinking the same shit. She probably was. That's the most likely scenario. I mean, bitches be horny, bro. Fuck.
I'm saying, but
they want to fuck too. They know what you're doing most of the time. It's not like they're clueless.
There's obviously ways to persuade somebody to do something too.
Well, she might be doing the same shit and you don't even notice. She might have gone out that day like, I'm trying to get some dick, and
of course
he knows I'm gonna. He doesn't know I'm gonna fuck him tonight, but I'm gonna fuck him tonight. I'm just playing with him.
But there's also the person that wasn't even expecting sex. Let's say.
Yeah.
And here we go. Wise guy comes through and his words are just fucking panty droppers, and he knows what to say. And
but all right, we got to get this clear. Like, what is the manipulation part?
My whole thing is manipulation even manipulation, or is it just persuading?
Yeah, see, that's what
the whole debate was.
That's the line that people got to draw, right?
Yeah.
Because
that's what I was asking.
Because if not, then there's no difference between one or the other.
That's what I'm saying. It's either
right.
It's either or, right?
Yeah. Well, see, that's why the definitions matter. Because usually, and it's so like it's such an emotional thing, right? Because when people think about persuasion, they think about like just somebody trying to, you know, convince someone to do something or whatever. When it's manipulation, they're thinking about
something evil,
doing
let's say.
And, like typically at the expense of someone else.
For their own good.
Right. Like if you're a cop and you see somebody that's
about to... You're still persuaded though.
But let's say for example, like you're a cop and somebody's trying to kill themselves, right?
Okay.
And you're trying to get that person to not kill themselves, right?
Gotcha.
And you're trying to get them help and improve their lives, and they have a family, would you call that persuasion or manipulation?
I mean, that would probably be persuasion.
That would be persuasion?
Yeah, because, I mean, in a sense, I feel like the definitions are kind of similar, though. So it's you technically manipulated him, though, and made him be like, yo, I'm not going to kill myself. So you can think of it like that, too. So it might be the same. So might be just the same definition. Like,
I would say the line is drawn, maybe. I haven't thought about it enough because it's a more complicated question.
Because let's say you try to manipulate somebody into giving you $10,000, right? Let's say that's the sentence, right? But you could also say, hey man, I manipulated him, but I persuaded him to give it to me. So it was like, yeah, I manipulated him.
What? But see, like, because I see what you're saying. Because like when you're talking about like getting somebody to just give you something,
right? Let's say you just want money, and like, damn, let me think of a plan. Let me think of a way how I could get let's say you, to give me $10,000.
Now, is it through deception? Is it through a certain lie? Or is it just you?
See, that's where it would have to vary.
Right? Because then there's a lot of other words that are mixed up in there. Because deception, for example.
I mean, yeah, saying
lies.
something to get 10,000, that would obviously be manipulated.
Like the difference between a pyramid scheme or just like you really talk nicely to a millionaire.
But you still persuaded them.
Right, you did. But in a different way. So here's another issue. Like, does intent matter? Right?
Probably.
Because I think it does.
That might be the
I think it does.
It draws the definition apart, maybe.
It's an important part of this because, like, if you're thinking about whether somebody, like manslaughter, for example.
That's
matters.
a good way. That's killing somebody, but you didn't mean it. You didn't mean to do it.
So that, I mean, if in court it's taken that seriously.
No, of course.
Right? And that's a powerful thing because imagine the family members.
Homicide is you did it on purpose.
Exactly.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
And then the degrees like premeditation, like
right,
you were planning
thought about it. You were
right?
planning it. It was on the moment.
So you think about it, and it's like, wow, we really take into consideration the mindset of the people who are doing this. Like, we really care about intent.
Hell yeah.
So, and that's another thing that some people behave as though it doesn't matter. Like, not that they behave, but they talk as though it doesn't matter to them. And I just don't think that's true for anyone. Like, you need to be able to like anticipate intent. If you're going to decide whether or not to trust someone,
right?
If you're going to decide whether or not you should do something with another person, you need to be able to decide that. Because if you can't like have theory of mind, if you can't have an idea of what the thought process in somebody else's mind is, then you're not going to be able to socially function in the world.
Yeah.
You know, that's.
I feel like that was a dumb conversation of.
No, I don't think so.
No.
No, that's a topic that comes up a
You
a
think
lot.
so?
Like,
I
yeah.
feel like I was just fried, and I'm like, yo, and then I realized it's like it has to matter with. It has to have some context to it.
I mean, people have been talking about that for thousands of years.
Who?
Philosophers in general.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
In fact, Socrates would have probably mentioned something like that because his whole thing was like, go up to the person with the most power. Let me go up to someone who has the power to put me in trial where they can kill me and annoy them as much as possible. He'd be like, what is the definition of justice? The guy would be like, this is the definition. He'd be like, there's something wrong with that definition. He'd be like, fuck you. You annoy enough people like that, somebody's going to try to kill you, right?
Yeah.
Anyways. No, that wasn't a dumb conversation. You brain dead yet?
Nah.
Nah?
I'm still on go. I'm about to roll up a blunt.
You gotta do what you gotta do, bro.
You good? Alright, though. I'm ready to talk, though. Whatever you want to talk about.
Velasco here rolling up a blunt, man.
Happening in real live moment right now.
I gotta like edit some weed into this. In the video, they're gonna see a bunch of weed.
For sure.
Try to explain this properly. Just try to make it the best looking weed you can imagine.
Get some Alaskan Thunderfuck.
Damn, the names they come up with for this shit, it's amazing.
That's an old strain, but I love that name.
Alaskan Thunderfuck.
Search that up and put that up. That's what you're gonna be watching on the video.
I need to make a strain, man.
Too many people made the modern
ape strain.
Hell yeah, man.
That'll be it. After that, I'll be set, man. You got your own strain. You know?
Yeah. Would you smoke your own strain?
Nah, but I'd have it.
I know you don't smoke anymore, but
yeah.
Do you don't smoke because you don't like smoking, or you don't like the effect of weed?
I don't like the way that it makes me feel. Like, I just don't fuck mentally. Like, physically it feels great. Mentally, I just don't fuck with it.
Gotcha.
Because it gets me into it just gives me into this weird anxious state, and it's no, not every time, but practically every time. I have no idea.
I was gonna say even every type of way to consume it.
Every type of way. No, the way doesn't matter because it can happen any way. What I think might matter is the strain. That I think does probably matter. Because I've had different strains that made me feel different in a different way. You
think if you had like a medicinal card and you actually had the option to like see what strains you would get?
I wouldn't, no. No? No. Just why bother, man? If I don't enjoy this shit, like most of the vast majority of the time I don't enjoy this shit. When I do, it's just when I'm just relaxing alone, about to go to sleep, you know?
No drugs in the future?
No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. Of course not. No.
I mean, not for me though. That's me. For me, no. Only weed.
No drugs in the future, like forever.
Damn. Hold up.
Are you sure you want to make that commitment? Like, yo, you do understand the people from that DARE program, they fucked you over big time, right? I mean, the fact that you're rolling up a blunt right now, it just proves that they are fucking disgusting, lying pieces of shit. I mean, fuck you if you taught that class. Do you imagine
I remember those days.
How many beautiful experiences you've taken away from my life by teaching me this horse shit at 5th grade? Do you imagine 5th grade?
I mean,
I could have smoked a fucking blunt in 6th grade and been paranoid in class. I mean, are you fucking kidding me?
I wouldn't. I'm glad I started smoking in high school.
Listen, being nervous with a boner in class is a unique experience. People should have it. It builds character. All right.
I feel like I would have been burnt if I started smoking too early.
I mean, I started smoking early as fuck.
Yeah, but you didn't keep smoking forever.
No, but I did. When I started, I did smoke for like a year straight.
You took breaks and like every now and then maybe.
That was, yeah, sometimes. I would take like 6 months or some shit.
So yeah, I've been smoking since like high school.
Since high school, yeah. I remember when you started smoking.
Remember?
I was like, oh, this is a revolution now.
Yo.
This changes everything because he's talking like a stoner now.
Yo.
He was like, I'm more creative and the music and this and that. I'm like, oh, shit.
Yo, I really, really feel like my life changed. Like, that's why
I know it did.
That's why sometimes I feel like I want to try like another drug.
You were anti-weed like a motherfucker.
Yo, you remember those days, dude?
Anti-weed.
I couldn't believe me, man.
I was like, this motherfucker has no idea. He has no idea.
I couldn't believe it.
And now you're looking at me like, this motherfucker has no idea.
For real, like, how the tables turned, man.
It's amazing, man.
It's a small fucking world.
But yeah, I saw it change, man. It definitely changed you, and it wasn't negative at all, man.
Hell no.
It wasn't negative at all. Like, the change that I'm not saying, like, fucking, if you got a fucking kid in high school, give him a blunt. Like, don't be why would you take advice from 2 anonymous people in a podcast? Well, 1 anonymous. Mike, people can figure out who Mike is. If you do enough,
cancel me.
You do enough digging, you'll figure out who I am too, man. Just as long as you don't get my social security number, we're good, all right? Just don't be a dick, all right?
But yeah, dude, like, fucking, I don't know, man. One day, I mean, drugs in the future, who knows, man. I mean, I've done lean too, but only once.
Yeah, but lean is the fucking...
See, I wouldn't do that again.
That is a terrible one to, like, lean, Xanax, all that pharmaceutical...
Nah, I would never take pharmaceutical
like,
shit.
Jesus Christ, man. Like, I think you'd be fucking better off taking a little bit of ecstasy than doing that shit. Like, by far.
I would take probably...
By far.
Some shrooms or, like...
Maybe you're having relationship problems one day, man. Right?
And I should take a fucking... Shroom?
Fuck no.
Oh.
There's no way to know what's gonna... Maybe you'll get paranoid and be like, you're cheating on me, aren't you? Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, man. There's no way to know it. But like ecstasy, you'll connect, man. Just be careful. You might tell her all your secrets and shit. If you did some unfaithful...
You talk a lot, right?
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
You just get... If it's someone you love, like...
Bite your teeth?
If you got feelings for that person, you'll tell them
What's
everything.
that called? Lockjaw?
Yeah.
You get lockjaw?
Yeah, you get it. Oh, bro, you better have some fucking gum on deck because you're gonna be... Bro, your gums are gonna be sore and shit. Well, not your gums,
just
but
yapping your mouth.
Your lips are gonna be all fucking busted up from biting it and shit if you don't have any gum. Like, if you take a serious dose, like, hell yeah, you better have some gum. And the same shit happens with Adderall, man. If you take a lot of Adderall, you'll be on that bullshit.
I've never taken Adderall.
Bite your gum like your fucking your lips like a motherfucker. Have some gum on deck if you're gonna do that shit. Adderall?
Nah, if I ever take LSD or shrooms, I'm probably gonna be in my house.
Man, you should you just see those I can never...
Like in the future.
Yeah, those I can never like recommend to someone because I know if someone takes a little bit of Adderall, they're gonna be fine unless they got a heart problem or some shit.
Okay.
If you got a heart problem, you shouldn't take acid either. Shit.
No?
Nah, man, that shit can make you panic. If you get freaked out and it makes your heart rate go to like fucking 180 or some shit,
you'll fucking
have a heart
pass
attack.
Out?
Yeah. If you got heart problems, you shouldn't be taking psychedelics.
I don't have heart problems, but I'll probably panic.
Yeah, well, shit, it's happened to me, man. You were there, fuck.
You panicked?
Damn right I panicked. The fuck you mean?
Just asking. I want to make sure. Just want to make sure.
Maybe it's because like it looked different.
I don't know if you were aware that you are panicking. You know what I mean? I don't even know if you were aware. Like
I was completely aware.
Okay.
Of whatever the fuck it was that was happening.
Gotcha. I thought you were just like in another world during those hours.
I was.
I mean, you technically were. So.
I was aware of what was happening in that world. I have no idea what the fuck you saw. I don't.
Right. That's what I was.
To this day.
Dude, I still remember once. Fucking me and my man Beans was in the whip, and dude, I don't know what happened, but I swear you got in the car, and you were like at your peak, like. I'm talking
on the acid.
Yeah, peaked.
Yeah,
like you were super peaked. Like
that was.
And you got in the car and then you just screamed some shit. And Beans got so fucking scared. Like he got so fucking terrified. And then we just got out the car. Like he just got so scared.
Man, I do not remember that shit. He probably thought I was gonna beat him up or some shit.
Like he thought you were doing some exorcist shit. Like
he thought I was possessed.
Yeah, swear to God. Like it was some shit like that. If he was here, he'd tell you too.
Oh my God, bro.
Yeah, and then I remember, we talked about this on the pod before.
I think I was missing a shoe when I left the car. You guys were like, hey man, your shoe.
Probably. Dude, I think you had your shoes off actually.
I actually, man.
Then you fucking walked to Wild.
Get the fuck out of here.
Swear to God, you walked to Wild.
Oh, you mean when but that was before you guys left me off at the crib though.
Yeah, like before you left, we were at Wild.
Guys, that was the trip of a lifetime.
At the beginning, we were at Office Depot, remember? By there?
Yeah.
Where we said like smoke by.
That was I've never had my life change like that quickly ever.
We're here with fucking, if I'm correct, Rob.
Rob, yeah. Rob was my neighbor at the time.
Yeah, Rob. We'll blurt names out if anything, if we want it. But whatever. Rob, you remember some guy named Ant?
Of course I do. I grabbed that poor little shit. That poor little fucker. I grabbed him and I was like, I've seen some shit. And he looked at me like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with this guy?
Yo, that man had like a fucking halfie on him. So we were we were rolling up like extendos.
I was smoking extendos and shit.
Wow, you were like on like 2-3 stamps.
And
like,
Beans was like, keep going.
Beans was there.
Rob was like, stop, don't do that, man. That makes it more intense. And he was right, 100%.
I don't remember Rob saying that, to be honest.
I do.
He said that?
Yeah, he was like, no, man, don't do it, you know. And he's right. He was right.
Dude, I will always remember when you first took the stamps.
Yeah.
You took them at Family Dollar. Oh,
that's right. Yeah, I did.
I remember as soon as you stepped out of Family Dollar, you're like, yo, fuck it, here we go. Bomb.
Bro, I just needed an excuse.
You literally popped them bitches.
I think you were already stoned by then, right? Like at that day? Probably already stoned.
Not sure, but whatever.
No, you weren't, man, because we had just gotten the weed.
Not sure, but whatever. I always remember this. We start walking to my crib. You just took the stamps. And
it started hitting me on the way.
We get to my house, and I will always remember when we're about to leave, I guess to chill with Beans, because he just picked us up. I will always remember you looked at the mirror and you did something or said something, and I could already tell you were like acting like a little different. I was like, okay, that was funny. Like I just said something and we're like, let's go. And then we got to Beans' car, and then bro, that's when we were all in the car, and you were already starting to get loopy, and we were like, oh shit, I think it's hitting him, dog. And then we got to Office, started rolling up, and that's when your peak just started getting up there, and you started talking about lizards and reptiles, and
that was legit. That was happening.
Your dad called, and you actually had a conversation with him, and you talked in such a weird manner. And
I told him I smoked weed.
I'm not exactly sure, but you were talking about something, and
I did. I told him.
You said it in such a manner that just like I don't know. We talked about this on the pod, but it was so weird. Like, yo, that shit had me tripping balls.
Yeah.
Like that was an experience for me. Fuck you. I was like, dude, what the fuck? Like, it was such a weird it was so cool though. I still remember you were rapping once. Wild. And Lord knows what you were saying, bro.
Yeah.
At that point. I don't even know what you were saying.
I was probably talking about interdimensional, whatever the fuck it is.
I just couldn't believe you were actually trying to rap. I was like, I wish we could have recorded that. Just the rap.
What I would give to have that video.
And just to see everything. And I know we recorded some parts. I don't know if we, I don't know. That was like a couple iPhones ago. But
yeah.
Dude, what we would do to just watch that day again, right? And just really like visualize it and like analyze it somewhere. That would be so fucking live. And just see like why the fuck you were tripping like that and just try to analyze it. That would be so cool. The reptile shit blew my mind. I'm like, yo, he's talking about reptiles right now?
That was one of the first things I noticed after it was dark and I was smoking and shit.
I was like, yo, what the
reptilian
fuck?
Shit. And then the vibes of like a pyramid. Like pyramids.
I think you fell too once, bro.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
But one of the things that happened, because when
I think a car like tripped you out.
Dude, that car was death.
That shit tripped you out?
I was thinking prior to that, the whole time I was thinking, I'm gonna die.
But do you remember?
I had this feeling that I was dying. Yeah.
Like the car was gonna hit you or some shit?
Bro, I felt like that was my death certificate. Like, that's it. Either I'm gonna get shot or
and then you just fell back, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Damn, that must have hurt. Did it hurt?
I didn't feel shit.
I bet, but damn.
You guys got me up. I was on the floor. What?
Bro, I wasn't even there. I seen that from far, and I'm like, oh shit, is White Chocolate okay? Because I think I was with Beans, and I think it was Robert and Ant who helped
First of all, I apologize to whoever the fuck was driving that car.
Yo, let me tell you, they were probably like, yo, is he okay? Like,
yeah.
And they probably seen Robin, little guy, Ant, fucking a fucking 4 feet kid trying to help you up. It was just a weird picture right there.
Oh my.
You had no shoes. It's like, yo, is this guy all right?
At that point, man, because see, even before that, man, it was the issue is it's so gradual. It just feels like it's like a normal thing that's happening.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't feel like you're hallucinating and shit. It just feels like this is what life is right now.
That's insane.
Which is a complete fuck.
Mind fuck.
Like,
has to be.
Because by the time, I was walking, first of all I needed was an excuse to take them. That's all I fucking needed.
Right.
I remember we were about to go inside a Family Dollar, and I was like, "What do you think, man? Should I take him now?" He was like, "Do you want to?" You were like, "Do you want to take him now?" Or like, I was like, "Yeah, I do." And we were like, "Then take him now." And I was like, "Fuck it." That was it. That was it, savage. Man. I would have, even if you would have said no, I would have been like, "I'm doing it anyway. Fuck it."
You were too convinced in your mind,
man.
About it. I warned you. I was like, "Yo, dude, maybe you should just take one." You're like, "Nah, I need to get the full effect." This and that.
Yeah, man.
I was like, all right, dog. You're gonna have to learn the hard way, dog.
And by the time that we were walking back, man.
Shit was hitting you?
I remember that when I was on the grass, that was the most beautiful thing ever. Like,
you were feeling good during those times.
The entire fucking planet was breathing. Like, everything was alive. When I say everything was alive, I mean like space itself. And time was alive. Like, everything was alive and just fucking...
But how? Can you explain that?
How the fuck could I explain that?
Try.
There's just... that's the only description I can give it, is that it was alive. It felt like...
In what sense? Like, do you hear things louder?
It's not about, like, hearing... See, because people get caught up in, like, what does it feel like to touch? What does it feel like to see?
Everything feels normal.
It's that what I'm describing is a mental experience of, like, being connected to everything. Which is difficult to describe. It's like, imagine like how you're...
How do you even know you're connected though?
Because you feel it. It's not that you know. It's for sure when that was happening, it felt way realer than anything else.
Like the first person who was on LSD, how did he know he felt like the earth was breathing?
It was a sensation. It
so
was
that's
like
a feeling.
Imagine having a sixth sense, right? That's what it feels like. It feels like you have an extra sense that's like feeding you that shit.
Damn.
Right? And so that's part of the issue is the thought patterns that change. The way you
think is different.
The way you think switches. You're a different person because your entire... Here's one of the things that happens in brain scans on people with LSD. Parts of the brain that usually don't interact start to interact with each other.
Holy shit.
So your brain is more connected. And people have this feeling that they're connected to the universe. Now, some people are thinking, well, maybe that's just because your brain is more connected, so you feel more connected to everything else because different parts of the brain are interacting, whatever, right? But the hippie motherfuckers, they think that they're literally connected to the universe, and that they're
through this drug,
and we're all God. We're just a part of God, living in a different experience, a different life, but the same being.
How was LSD made?
It was synthesized by Albert Hoffman, who was a chemist.
It was by accident, right?
He did it on purpose, but he wasn't looking for psychedelics or anything like that. He was trying to solve a different medical problem. But when he discovered it, he accidentally ended up getting some on I think it was his sleeve or some part of his skin, and
he couldn't ride his bike.
When he was taking that very famous bike ride, that was the first time anyone ever tripped on acid. Was that guy, the guy who discovered it, accidentally tripping balls, right?
And what happened after that?
After that, well, you can't have that and not tell anyone. So
he was too hype, huh?
He was like, yo, y'all got to figure out what the fuck that was, because I don't know what the fuck that is. And then eventually it made its way to Harvard. And there was this company called Sandoz, I believe, that they were making the LSD. Like, it was actual, like, pharmaceutical quality, made in a lab, right?
Good, like, FDA.
Pure? Yeah, it was acid. It was 100%. It was acid. There was no bullshit they were mixing it with. It was just pharmaceutical grade acid. And they were using it in experiments to treat, like, different disorders like depression. They even tried it on people that already had schizophrenia, which boggles my fucking mind. It's like, this guy hallucinates. Let's give him some more shit to hallucinate, and maybe that'll cure him, right?
Did it cure them?
No. But
really?
Yeah, really. It did not cure them.
It made it worse?
I don't know if it made it worse.
That's so interesting. I would want to know.
You can go actually and Google from the studies, the psychiatrist interviewing people on acid who have never experienced that before. And it's regular people. It's like housewives and a fucking plumber or whatever.
They interview people while on acid?
While they're on acid. And basically there was...
Dude, I gotta watch that.
One of the videos, there's this guy and the psychiatrist like, how do you feel? He's like... Oh, yeah, fucking take it deep. It's the most beautiful thing ever. And he's like, dude, what is it like? Can you describe it? He's like, no. This motherfucker, he's feeling himself, right?
I think he's feeling too good, man.
And,
that motherfucker.
Yeah. And so at that point, he's definitely feeling himself. But you can see like how difficult it is for people to try to describe that. But what's amazing is sometimes they are able to sort of describe some things, and I'm like, yep, yeah, right. Even though like everybody has a different experience, it's still interesting, to see that there's some parts that for a lot of people are not universal, but very common, Yeah. Like the whole ego death thing, that happens to pretty much everyone at a really, really high dose, as far as I can tell, So, which isn't necessarily always a terrible thing. It's like there's the initial fear, but like all right, imagine this. After you're dead, what are you going to be scared of, right? Like, let's say you're a ghost. You already died. Mm-hmm. Makes no sense to be scared of death anymore, right?
I mean, you already encountered it, so...
It's already there. So after that, there's like the peace. It's like, well, it's over. The issue for me after that was like, well, am I ever coming back, or am I just dead now, or does anything exist? That type of shit, right? We got off on this fucking acid tangent, but it's all, I don't know how, but haven't we been into this, like the acid tangent, like a couple of times, like just the psychedelic.
We always get into it.
Yeah, it always ends up happening somehow. The research around it is incredible, man. If you could see some of the shit that they're doing.
Where can we get 100% acid?
100% what?
Acid. Legit.
You gotta steal it from the labs that the FDA is approving now.
Fuck.
Either that, or if you want to get 100% pure of a psychedelic, what you could do is just make your own psilocybin mushrooms. Terrence McKenna created a book. It was actually under a pseudonym. It wasn't his real name. Him and his brother created a book because he was a botanist, and he was teaching people how to make their own shrooms.
Okay.
And it's basically a guide for like growing shrooms and shit.
That's dope.
And
would you do that?
Would I grow them?
Yeah.
My own? Right now, definitely not. I'm not even considering taking it. But if I was considering taking it, I'd definitely consider doing it that way. consider doing it in a way where I can guarantee that what I'm getting is a pure substance, right? Like the actual the psilocybin.
I'll take a microdose.
That's the hard part.
Why?
Because like you don't really know with a mushroom, like
even if you grow it.
Even if you grow it, unless you well, even if you know what you're doing, you still don't know. Like how much psilocybin is in this one.
You can't tell unless you take it out.
It's hard to know, man. It's hard to know. So that's a problem for a lot of people.
So how is microdosing a thing then?
Microdosing is a thing because it's not just done with that. It's not just done with mushrooms. And a lot of times people microdose, but they accidentally end up dosing, right? There's
microdosing with what other drugs? Like
LSD.
How do you know how much
LSD? If you know, well, some people know because they know the source, they know what they're getting, they know the amount. There's some people that have that, right?
Like?
Very few, like some really connected motherfuckers out there, right?
Now you're fucking Joe Schmo from 74th Street.
No, definitely
like, you
not.
mean like some like
that guy's giving you a sheet of paper that doesn't have anything in it.
Some corporate shit. You mean like some real legit.
Just it could be because there's actual chemists. You got to understand, like the psychedelic community. These people are very.
You gotta be Walter White.
No, not necessarily. Well, there's some people that are similar to that, in a way, but it's not even that. It's just that the people you got to understand the '60s, man. People really fell in love with the idea of being able to experiment with one's consciousness, and a lot of people think it's a crime that we're limiting human consciousness.
For sure.
In this way, they think it's fucked up. And since they've experienced it, they're like, why isn't the rest of the world allowed to experience this? How can you, like, it's fucked up to deprive the world of this experience. It seems like it's part of what human nature should be,
right,
is to have these sorts of experiences. And so they see that as a crime. And so some of them are pretty damn smart people. Some of them are very educated. Some of them are chemists, as it happens, and they make LSD, right? And you can know if you make. I mean, otherwise, how the fuck else could a doctor decide? Like, how could a pharmacist, dispense a product? Be like, oh, this is 5 milligrams.
True.
Right. So there would have to be some way to be able to figure out what the dose is. If not, man, medicine would be really like unstable. I mean, you imagine. Like, how much anesthesia do I give this motherfucker? Just give him anesthesia. Yeah, but like, how much? Just anesthesia. Quit asking so many fucking questions. He's dead.
Have you got your wisdom teeth removed?
Fuck no, I ain't getting them shits removed.
Damn,
yo,
pussied out?
My dentist can eat a dick. I'm not paying him shit.
I got my wisdom teeth removed.
But like, is it really necessary though? I mean, if you think about it.
At a point, yeah, because sometimes it might like fuck up your like. It might move your teeth and shit.
It might, yeah.
No, it does a lot of times. They get too big, or they make your teeth crooked, or
I don't know. Them bitches.
There's a lot of it varies.
They've been coming out. They're fine.
I took all 4 out.
My pops didn't do that shit. His teeth are.
No, you don't have to.
Fucking perfect.
But it's recommended. Like, if they tell you at a dentist that you should get them, then you should probably get them removed.
What do you think about fluoride in the water? That's some shit dentists actually like.
Dentists like it?
Yeah. Because fluoride is
in toothpaste.
Yeah. And having a very small amount of it in the water can actually protect. Here's an interesting thing. In the water in some states like Texas, you know what they got?
What?
They got a small amount of lithium. You know what else they have a small amount of in Texas? Suicides. Not that many people commit suicide in the states where they actually have that lithium. Now, that's a correlation. That doesn't mean that, like,
It's true.
It doesn't mean that it's caused by that, right? It could be like a million other things in Texas or in other states.
People are fucking in Texas, maybe. People are happy out there. Who knows?
But it is, I mean, lithium is used to treat bipolar disorder, right? And depressive episodes and shit.
Who puts that in the water? The government?
Yeah, well, it's part of what's in the system. I have no idea why it's there, what the excuse is. The idea for fluoride, for me, that's ridiculous. Like, why the fuck? Why is the tap water, like government water, why does it have extraneous chemicals? Like, why is that being introduced? Like, people do not consent to this, generally speaking. Why is it just there? That's like dictatorial, in my opinion. Like, that's a dictatorial aspect of, like,
Nobody talks about it though.
Nah, people. First of all, people don't give a fuck.
People don't give a fuck. People don't know, and people don't care.
And a lot of people just don't drink tap water. You ever seen some of these motherfuckers, like some bougie ass motherfuckers, like, nah, man, I don't drink tap water, man. Give me your fucking your water bottle, whatever the fuck it is.
Isn't there fluoride in water bottles?
There might be. Depends on where you get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's some bougie motherfuckers out there. I'm telling you.
I drink Fiji water.
Only?
No, nigga.
Because that's some...
It's an option that I like, though.
There's some very strict people out there. Like, if that shit doesn't sparkle, I'm not drinking it.
I like Perrier.
I love Perrier, but what I'm saying is, like, I'm not picky about it. You know, and there's people that are picky about the most ridiculous shit. Man, that's a lot of weed that just got dropped, man. For people that do not know,
A weed nug
fucking
just
earthquake because a big ass nug just fell on the floor. I wasn't even gonna fucking take a single hit of that shit, and I'm fucking telling you, man, it hurt my feelings when that shit hit the floor.
Yeah, man.
Like to this day, I'm still programmed. Like, damn, bro, how you gonna let that precious flower touch the floor?
I hate it. What were we talking about right before this?
Who knows, man?
Dude, right before this, we were just talking about something
Some
boring.
Bougie shit about water. Fluoride.
Is there fluoride in water bottles? And even in the good ones? Even in the air
that
quotes?
depends on the brand, because some of these brands is just basically tap water in a bottle. Like,
I mean, not really, because their pH balances are all different, so...
yeah, but but that doesn't mean there's not fluoride in it, though.
No, I know,
Like,
but...
there's some of them that do, some of them
different,
don't.
though.
Yeah, there's different ones. There's ones that have been filtered more times and
True.
fucking all sorts of different processes.
Fiji says their water's from Fiji.
You know, to me, it looks like it's in a bottle. I don't give a fuck where it came from. It's water. You know what I mean? It's part of the issue for me. It's like...
No, I'm pretty sure the water there is way more healthier because it has more nutrients on...
But, like, compared to what, though? And if they filter it, they take out the nutrients anyways. So that's part of the issue, right? If you filter the water, you can either keep the nutrients or you don't.
Right.
But you're not going to filter that shit and keep the nutrients unless you add it after the fact.
They also add... Well, in Smart Water, I know...
Like vitamin waters and shit.
In Smart Water, they add electrolytes.
Like Gatorade.
Yeah, like electrolytes that are...
Just salt.
They're also in Smart Water.
Because that's what people be... I mean, like Gatorade, man, would be like, it has electrolytes. Like, a little bit of salt has electrolytes, same shit. You know what I'm saying? But it just...
Gatorade wakes you up, though. Gives you a little energy.
Man, it's great after like, you fucking... You're tired.
Sweaty as fuck after a basketball game. It's
great, yeah, because it has sugar, too, man. That's the other thing, man.
That's not good for you, though.
The sugar?
Gatorade's not good for you. Let's be honest.
Well...
It's a piece of shit.
It is just sugar with salt and...
That's it. It's fucking Kool-Aid.
Yeah,
with a little bit of energy in it.
So that's really...
It's bullshit, though. It has sugar in it. Period. Why would you be drinking sugar after a... I mean, maybe a little, but not like... How much
But,
sugar?
like, if you eat an apple, that's sugar, too. It's just different since it has fiber. It gets processed slowly.
It has good sugar. It's fucking healthy for you. No?
But the main difference is, like, that it's... That like, since an apple has fiber...
Yeah.
Because if you just...
It balances it?
If you just drink the sugar, it hits... your pancreas is just pumping out insulin, like...
Yeah.
Like in massive strokes. Up, down. That's the type of shit that leads to diabetes.
But apple has a lot of good things to it.
Apple's amazing, man. And it also, since it has fiber, you get the sugar, but you get it slowly. So your pancreas doesn't just go into insulin shock, because the body wasn't, like, fucking designed for, like, purified, granulated sugar. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Never thought of it like that.
But, nutrition is crazy, dude.
There's a lot to that.
Nutrition is too complicated.
I've seen documentaries about... I don't think it was about Dr. Sebi, but about just eating better. We talked about this too. But how once you cook some shit, you already lost like 80% of its... fuck.
Well, like the nutritional value?
Right, like it's already dead. Once you cook something, you're killing it already. Like you're killing the value of it.
Yeah, I mean, like in a sense, like meat, for example, right?
People with diseases, This documentary on Netflix. I forgot the name of it.
There's so many of them though, right? Like
That's what I'm saying.
They contradict each other and shit. That's the fucked up part, right?
There's this one I was watching how people with diseases or cardiac arrest or like just different shit that is trying to kill them and shit, cancers, and they change their diet and they get rid of the disease.
Yeah, there's a lot of that shit. To me, when I see a nutrition...
What do you think of that?
I used to see so many of those documentaries, bro, like those nutrition documentaries, and now when I watch that shit, it's like when I watch the fake pastors on TV. Like the one is like, at
this point,
I cured his fucking Alzheimer's or whatever, you know? Like,
you don't believe in that though? Like being like nutritionists really help?
But the issue is like nutrition, there's some things that are known, but some things that just aren't. And then there's like all these competing diets, and it's like everyone's different. And so the documentaries, oftentimes what they do is like, this is the diet for everyone.
And you don't believe that's possible?
No, I don't.
It's impossible?
It's impossible.
How though?
Are you going to give a diabetic the same diet that you give a regular person? They die.
How is it? But let's just restart it and let's say everybody started as a
regular healthy person?
Yeah.
But they still have different genes. People still
some
have different
people are
genes.
born diabetic?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Just asking.
Well, I don't know about born diabetic, but definitely young people. I mean, I had a girl who was my neighbor. I mean, she had diabetes, and we were like we were like 11. She was younger than me, by the way. She was probably like 9 when we were just little kids.
No, I'm just saying because, like, back then, what were people eating? People were just eating off the ground. No?
They were hunting, though.
As well as just eating off the ground, too.
The hunt was really seen as the big, like, the feet. That's when you got the real food. Because that meat has more calories than everything else.
Obviously.
Like, way more than apples. And apples are, like, there's different...
But not everybody was hunting.